What is going on? I'm Zedmod. Now we are going to be doing some warships fun. Hopefully you guys remembered to remove your critter cannons, because if not, you just lost a whole bunch of gold. Now, my warship has stalled a bit. I have gone backwards rather than forwards. Need to change that. You'll notice that up here I have gone and gotten the Doom Cannon. The reason for that was that was the realistic right choice, because I've seen a bunch of people talking about going rocket choppers, and rocket choppers doing very, very good, but there's going to be 150% building health, all the way up to 200%, 250%, so on this account, I am not going the rocket chopper route at this moment, but I am going to jump into 5 engine rooms, simply because there's all sorts of good stuff there. I'm also going to upgrade my rocket launchers to the next tick, saving for that next major rocket launcher Armageddon. So now that we've done that, you don't get an extra rocket launcher at tick 4, unfortunately. Need to get all the way to tick 5, so we're going to build a base, and that Doom Cannon has been working very, very well for people, so that is why I went and got that. The option to get the Doom Cannon and 5 engine rooms just could not be overlooked. So now what I'm going to do, yet again, is build a base. So quick tech tree review. Don't upgrade your mechs. One of the things you'll notice that is you get basically nothing. 600 health for the next level. So people out there who are smarter than me have been running tick 1 mechs. Every time I see that mech, I'm like, hey, I'm using mechs a lot, I should upgrade them, and then I realize you're only getting 600 health for those. So don't waste your tokens upgrading your mechs. Just a waste of tokens that could be going to something else, like rocket launchers, for example. So you'll notice I also don't have my shock launchers upgraded, don't have max troop damage, gonna be holding off on those things. Also my sniper towers. My GBE way over here is at tick 1, shouldn't be a factor. I'm holding out for max rocket launchers because they should be able to do all sorts of damage. Anyways, we're gonna build a base just like build a bear. Let's first of all throw that extra engine room down there, no point holding it back, and then we're gonna build a base. I'll be back pausing in and out of this video just to get some details. Okay, so this is the defenses. I've gotten every single defense put down. It took me quite a while, longer than I'd care to admit. It's just so much effort. But next up, need to put down 25 mines. I've got a couple of the boom mines already down, thankfully. But just so much time building these bases. So again, I say this every single time, but big, huge, massive shout out to all those players out there that actually build the bases, and they build it knowing they're going to be copied. So I really appreciate all of you out there who put the time and effort into building these bases, because it is a ridiculous amount of time and effort, and tweaking your minds bit by tiny little bit, and leeches like me come in and just copy it must be somewhat painful for you, but I really do appreciate it. So I don't know if that's enough payback for you for me to say thank you, but I thank you from the bottom of my heart, because the amount of effort that you guys put in is just so huge. Anyways, I'm not gonna bore you with me putting all these mines in place. I'll be back once they're all done. The base building portion of the show has been completed. Now, there are so many hidden mines and details that I'm not going to get into it. We're just going to skip straight into some attack modes, and hopefully I can pull off some 5 engine room attacks. Now, 5 engine room attacks are all about delaying troops. You need to delay some things. I am terrible at delaying some things, so we're going to see how this is going to go. I am going to send all of my mechs to that right-hand side. We're also just going to see how the heck we can get this done. So I am going to flare right there. We're going to go something like this, trying to get some of our troops headed off in that right-hand side direction. Also spreading out all of our bombardiers in a decent fashion. We're going to send 5 boats to the right. Actually, you know what? I'm going to send 6 boats to the right, simply because I feel like I don't have enough troops going off to that right-hand side. Also, we're about to hit that boom mine right there. did not save it in time. So this person's rocket launchers are going to be a problem on that left-hand side ever so slightly. So I've already made a mistake. I am now going to drop my troops something like this, because this left-hand side set of rocket launchers going to pose all sorts of difficulties for us just based on how our split happened. So my goal right here is that those rocket launchers, nope, they did not turn towards where I was hoping they would, and as a result, we are losing all sorts of troops. My first attack not going super duper smoothly, but once we get rid of that left-hand side boom cannon, we should be fairly alright. Slowly, but ever so surely getting our troops headed off in that right direction, and just barely clinging on right now because of so many mistakes on my part. But you see that those rockets are both targeting that one bombardier, and I think we've got that one bombardier far on the left hand side that should give us at least the ability to get, look at that, we got one drop of critters there, and now we just need to get one more flare onto that right there engine room, barely clinging on by the skin of our teeth, and we are going to be, I think, faster, maybe. Now, generally you need to be above 2 minutes or so. So for my first attack, 155, where I had things split in the wrong directions, not super duper awesome, but... Okay, so the base standing up, phone call in the middle there, bit of awkwardness, but I think, look at this, we're going to get our first wipe, our first fizzle my nizzle right about now. Awkward video cut out in the middle there, but first win at 5 engine rooms. So base is doing well. Rick Bayamoan not retreating, just pouting on the sidelines, hoping for some strange miracle. So I will jump back into here. We're going to waste 30 seconds waiting for that to happen. But of course, at the 5 engine room level, we're going to get our chests slightly quicker. So I'm going to pause here. We'll come back as soon as that person finishes pouting. We've moved back into 19, so things are progressing in the right direction. 5 engine rooms, so far the right choice. Also with that Doom Cannon, of course, but we're going to keep pushing now. Thank you for your patience. This video, all sorts of drama at work. I am using my YouTube break to get some sanity here, but as a result, my phone is ringing off the hook. Busy, not awesome day. So we're going to drop one on the far right, one on the far left. Of course, I said the sides wrong, and then we're going to drop some of the critters in the middle, trying to keep some of our bombardiers alive. Now, there's no boom cannons up the front, so those mechs should be able to do all of the work that we need them to do, and then we're just going to hang out for a little bit here. Boom mines right there, possibly going to be an issue, so I'm going to throw some more critters, and then we're just going to hang out here for a couple seconds, waiting for all of our troops to head off to that left-hand side. Now that mech might make a right turn, very unlikely to happen, but now that we've got a whole bunch of troops going off to that left-hand side, and I actually said the correct side, yay me, we're going to start to drop some things, and I'm going to make sure I drop Everspark absolutely last, in the hopes that she does not hit one of those mines. Will she hit it? It's very possible, but hoping that those, there we go, the critters did all of the work for us. And now I'm going to try my darndest to get all of these troops moving in the right direction. So we've got some troops going off to that right. This looks fantastic. Just need to get the troops splitting out. That left-hand side mech doing all sorts of great work. And look at this. We've actually got the split in the right direction. So watching replays, the #1 mistake I saw was people not holding Everspark. You need to hold Everspark for the side that you want her to go to. Sending her early for 4 engine rooms was the right call. For 3 engine rooms, you need to hold her back a little bit. It's painful and frustrating, and I am not good at holding Everspark back, and it just feels like you need to get her going. But as you can see right here, paying huge dividends, moving in the right direction finally. I found that 4 engine rooms, my attacks were mediocre, and my base was just outdated a little bit. So the fact that we can come in here and crush some people, those rocket choppers are taking down that engine room ever so slowly, but I'm fairly sure that we've got yet another win. I think 2 for 2, winning by 15 seconds there was fantastic. Now, as far as the next steps, there are all sorts of good deals here. We've got other prototypes, other sky shields. Just keep in mind that the farther you go to the right, the more expensive they get. Like, I think this sky shield's like 28, the other one's 32, and then we get into 36. So I think maybe this one's 36 or 38, and this one's... Anyways, make sure you check the prices is the bottom line. Now, rifles, lots and lots of chatter about people going back and getting rifles. Once you start to get a little bit more troop health, rifles are going to be magical. I have rifles on my other account, and they're not super awesome without that extra troop health. So I am going to go into these Cryoneers next, I think, and then into that defensive building damage, I believe. Have a look at the 6 engine room deck. It's not super duper awesome, so it might be worth staying at the 5 engine room level, but we'll see how that progresses later on. I'm going to do 2 more attacks, 1 more attack, I guess 2 more to get my next chest. Hoping that I've got enough to get those rocket launchers up. Let's do the exact same attack yet again. I'm going to drop you way out there, you way out there. And now it's just a matter of if I can get some form of critters. I would love to be able to get all of those boom mines and mines. Manage to get all of the boom mines at the very least. So I'm probably going to throw 1 more set of critters here, just trying to keep that bombardier there. Nope, he's dead. So, and now we're just going to let all of these dudes head off to that left-hand side. Our mechs, our right-hand side mech, not super duper healthy, but that left-hand side mech has all sorts of health left. So now that that's starting to move, just starting to move, I'm going to throw all of my dudes out here. Now, I like to drop them a little teeny tiny bit staggered because I find that that gives a little bit more luck when dropping things. Did I get... Okay, got a couple mines, did not get all of the mines I wanted to get. But as you can see here, we're getting troops heading off in the right general direction on that left-hand side. We've got 2 mechs still with all sorts of health. Things are starting to look up here. Those left-hand side bombardiers not needing a ton of health quite yet. Let's get some critters out here, trying to keep that last mech alive somehow, some way. Not entirely sure how I can do this. I think that might be the best option. Throwing critters out and shocking them on top of that stuff as our right-hand, or far right-hand side stuff crushes up onto that engine room. So things are looking up here on that left-hand side. Let's get 1 more shock on that right, and that should do us very well as we try to get that far right-hand side engine room down. So my attacks have all been above 2 minutes, I think. Decent. Starting out, still learning the hits. I'm pretty happy with that. My goal was 2 minutes, and we've managed to hit that every time so far. And look at this. The base is standing up. So I will do a pause here. I am going to show you all of the sausage. Sorry, expression that I've heard a bunch lately, showing you how the sausage is made turns into an awkward innuendo, but I'm going to zoom out a little bit. If you want to take a screenshot, there is the base. All of the mines are somewhat difficult to find, but that's what it looks like. You now know where all of my mines are hidden as we're cruising easily towards 20. Easily wins so far. 5 engine rooms has been the right decision. So if you've been holding off thinking, should I go to 5? Should I stay at 4? 5 is the winnings. Now, let's see how many tokens are in there. 360. We're going to be very... I think we actually might have enough. Let's have a look at the rocket launchers. Going to have enough on our next chest for max level rocket launchers. If my math is right, I think it is. we will get the chest and double check, triple confirm, and then I'll have one more rocket to place, which will just make this base even that much stronger. In theory. Sometimes you place an extra defense and it throws everything off and it really, really sucks, but I don't think that's going to be the case this time. Now, this person has that right-hand side Doom Cannon, need to be very cognizant of that, but I also have the ability to drop Everspark on this time, I think. Oh, I dropped the wrong thing. Oh, stupid. I absolutely and utterly, completely failed myself here by throwing our bombardiers forward instead of our mech. I meant to drop a mech, I dropped a bombardier instead, putting myself in a bit of an awkward position as a result. Gonna drop Everspark on this far left-hand side, which might be the wrong decision because of that right-hand side Doom Cannon, but even if our troops go up and back, I'm kind of okay with that. Need to salvage this a little bit. This base, I'm gonna need to watch some replays on this because I'm already can tell that I have made all sorts of mistakes. So I'm gonna drop one boat over here on this right hand side. We're gonna drop some critters in there to try and protect it, and then I'm gonna drop one more boat on this far left. Those critters are not gonna do enough. I'm gonna get absolutely pummeled on that right hand side, and I don't have smoke to protect my troops, so not doing well. I said we were gonna come in and cruise to 20 in 0 issues, 0 difficulties, and now we're running into those difficulties. Everspark barely clinging on, barely dodging all of the things. Need some gunboat energy because I forgot about my left-hand side troops. So have made many mistakes at this point. Need that shock to land. Oh, barely by the absolute utter skin of my teeth. I don't know if you guys saw that, but that was just an absolute chain. Oh, and then of course I blew it. So saved it, but then didn't save it. I was hoping and praying that that would not happen, but this attack just absolutely gone into the toilet. At least we have the right sound effect on cue, ready to go, because we are getting absolutely and utterly crushed. You could tell as soon as I dropped that bombardier instead of a mech, just the brain goes out the window and there's just no coming back from that, sadly. So I'm going to try to salvage at least enough engine rooms that I can get that final rocket launcher, but I don't know if we'll be able to hit it from here, and as a result, no, we're done for. I'll retreat as soon as my opponent gets one more engine room, because there's still a slight, tiny chance that maybe they don't get enough engine rooms and we can win by percentages, but at this point, just absolutely and utterly failed. Just like awful. But we still have a chance. Our opponent is still attacking. If we win this, it's going to be an absolute miracle. I don't think there's any chance that's going to happen, but I would be a little bit foolish to retreat right now and give up a win based on percentages. So would you guys retreat right now? We're still getting percentages. It's going to be just absolutely nitty-gritty. I gave that other person a bit of grief for not retreating. I think I'm totally 1000% in the right here, just getting any tiny bit of percentage. Let me know in the comments what you would do in this case. Would you keep going? Would you retreat? If it comes down to like 1%, I'm going to get at least 1% by my critters and Everspark doing some damage. So, bit of a conundrum. Curious to hear what you guys would do. Let me know in the comments. I hate, as a player, watching these kind of replays because it's painful and they did the right thing retreating, but look at this, we're getting a bit of damage. We just killed a building, and you don't need to kill a building to get percentages, by the way. It's all based on damage. Throw an artillery on and hit 3 buildings and you're doing more damage than blowing up 1 building with 1 shot. So now getting some extra percentages in, will it pay off? We're gonna find out right about now. Himalaya, I apologize, look at that, 68%, we got the win. Do you think that was Everspark? It's very possible. So that right there, my friends, is why you don't retreat, you don't give up if you've still got a dog in the fight, and Everspark was our dog. And look at that, my math was right. We're going to have 3,000 keys left over, max rocket launchers. Where to put that rocket launcher, not entirely sure at this point. Kind of tempted to throw it somewhere back in this neighborhood or over in this neighborhood. You know what, I'm just going to drop it for now, just so that we have something, because otherwise what happens to me is I forget to place it and then bad things happen. So that rocket launcher on that left-hand side is where it's going to be for the time being. Might move it back in here, undecided. Anyways, that is my video for the day. 4 wins, one of them in a less than awesome fashion. Consider going to 5 engine rooms. Do go get that Doom Cannon. I shall talk to you soon. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for giving me a outlet today that I desperately needed. I'm going to go try to solve today's Wordle because it's in my head and I suck today, not really thinking terribly well. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Peace.